"Drop it and you'll die," the warden hissed. Cade lowered the sword his father loved. Dust rose, the blade sighed, almost human. "I'm proud." His throat locked. He had never heard steel breathe. The arena went quiet. Wind rattled the prayer flags above the cliff city. Archers tightened their bowstrings. His friend Myra was on her knees, chained to the stone post. "Pick it up," the warden said, voice sharp as iron. "Prove your oath. Spill a traitor's blood." Cade's fingers twitched. He saw his father's hands in his mind, scarred, steady, teaching him stances at dawn. "A blade protects," father always said, "but it always asks a price." He stepped back from the sword. The crowd gasped. Shame burned his chest. Fear, too. The warden's smile thinned. "I won't kill her," Cade said. He kept his voice small so it wouldn't break. "Then you kill us all." The warden replied. The sword lay there like a sleeping animal. Dust swirled around the fooler as if it drew breath. Cade felt it looking at him without eyes. Felt it know him. "I heard you," he whispered. "Say it again." No one else spoke. Only the sea far below, hitting rock. Only Myra's breathing as she watched him, dark hair stuck to her cheek. A silent plea in her eyes, Archer's raised bows, the blade answered inside his ribs, soft as a lullaby. "I'm proud?" Cade shivered. "Father?" he asked before he could stop himself. The voice warmed and cooled at once. "Not him, different, older." "Enough," the warden barked. He threw a hand down. "Loose?" Bows thrummed. Cade lunged on instinct. He kicked the sword toward the arrows. Iron sang. The blade spun and struck the stones, edge first. It was like a gong. The sound punched the air. Arrows shattered mid-flight, falling as ash. The arena floor cracked in a ring around the sword. Dust blew up again, thicker, sparkling as if lit from below. Runes he had never seen bled through the stone with slow, golden light. The crowd staggered. Myra shielded her face. Cade stared as the blade hummed. "What are you?" he whispered. "Your city's promise," the voice said, not quite his father, not quite a stranger. "It's Locke." Its last breath held in steel. The warden's eyes went wide. For a heartbeat he looked like a child again. Then he masked it. He strode toward the sword, hand out, and grabbed the grip. He screamed. He yanked his hand back. The leather hissed, smoking. "Cade." Myra rasped. "We have to move." Soldiers spilled into the arena. People surged for the exits. The wind changed. It smelled like rain and old coins. Far out by the seawall, the ward lights flickered and went dark. The sword's voice pressed at Cade again. "You broke the circle." Blood fed the walls. Refusal frees the truth. "What truth?" Cade asked. "Something sleeps under your streets," the blade said. "Something your father's fed with guilt." His stomach went cold. Father's words came back, heavy now. "A price." Cade looked up to the high seat. The warden met his gaze and, for the first time, did not look cruel. He looked tired. "Your father begged," the warden said. "He asked me to force you. 1 death each year. Keep the wall singing. Keep the beast dreaming." Cade's jaw shook. A pain bloomed behind his eyes. "You made me choose murder," he said. "In his name." "I gave you a way to live with us," the warden answered. "I gave this city the tide." A thunder rolled under the arena, deep and slow. The ground lifted. Cracks skittered like spiders across the floor. The post that held Myra trembled. The chain snapped free from the rock. She stumbled, then pushed herself up. "Cade, move." He ran to her. Soldiers closed in, shields tight. He grabbed Myra's hand. Together they slipped through the ring of blinking archers, riding the panic. Lights died along the cliff road, one by one like eyes closing. "Don't lift me," the sword whispered as Cade passed it. "Not yet." He hesitated, then dragged the blade by its scabbard, letting it scrape. Its hum echoed up his arms. "Where?" he asked, breathless. "To the bell tower," it said. "There is a cradle there. Lay me down, and I will call the stone that listens." "The bell?" Myra coughed. "The one no one rings?" It rings us, the sword replied. If asked right. They ran into the city. Smoke curled from broken lamps. The blue wall light that had watched over Oran for 100 years was gone. Houses leaned in the wind. People cried out in the dark. Cade tasted salt tears and grit. Why did you say you're proud? He asked the blade, half angry, half begging. You said no to an easy lie, the sword said. You chose a harder road. Pride is not peace. They cut through a narrow market, overturned stalls underfoot. A statue of the first forgetmother watched them pass, eyes chipped but kind. From far below came a long groan, like stone moving in a dream. The beast, Myra whispered. Is it waking? It has a name, the sword said. But we took it away when we built the wall. When a name is stolen, a hunger grows in its place. They reached the bell tower steps, steep as a cliff. The warden's men were already there, black cloaks flapping. The warden climbed with them, hand wrapped in cloth, blood seeping through. Stand aside, Cade called, voice breaking on the middle step. Please. The warden didn't move. If you lay that thing in the bell cradle, you end the wall forever. The sea will eat us. The thing under us will rise. You don't know the old rules, boy. I know the cost, Cade said. His chest hurt. He was so tired of fear. I lived under it. Myra squeezed his fingers once. I'm with you, she said. The warden's jaw flexed. He raised his hand. Take them. Cade moved before thinking. He didn't swing the sword. He didn't dare. He used it like a lever, catching a spear haft, twisting, shoving. He felt the blade guide him, gentle, almost amused. Less blood, it murmured, as if pleased. They broke through and climbed, legs burning. The tower door boomed open at their touch. Inside, the air was cold. The bell hung above a stone cradle carved into the floor, a puddle of shadow and moonlight. Lay me down, the sword said, and listen. But there is a price. Cade knew there would be. What? If I call the stone by its true name, I must take yours, the blade whispered. You will be forgotten. Not dead, but no one will remember who you are. Not even her. Myra stopped, breath white. Cade, she said, the sound of him soft on her tongue. The warden's boots pounded up the stairs. Soldiers shouted. The floor shook. Far below, something immense drew in a breath that pulled dust from the walls. Cade stared at the cradle. He thought of dawn lessons. Scarred hands steadying his. A blade protects, Father said. But it always asks a price. He knelt. He set the sword into the cradle. The bell did not ring. It opened an eye. Cade, it said, and the sound was like tide and thunder and a mother calling from a far room. Welcome back. His heart stopped. Back? The sword breathed, pleased and sad. I'm proud, it whispered again. But I wasn't speaking to you. The tower door crashed. The warden stepped through, blade drawn, face pale with fear. The bell's eye turned to Myra. Cade, she whispered, eyes wide, fingers slipping from his. What did you mean, back? Want the next beat of this legend? Tap follow so you don't miss part 2.